we are seeing some evidence that a new Donald Trump may be emerging ahead of the critical second presidential debate. As we watch him holding just a handful of events over the last 48 hours and avoiding some of the more controversial themes that he's been known to hit on from time to time. Adding to that is this headline from the New York Post last night, in which Mr. Trump suggested he will not mention Bill Clinton's past at the next debate, and that he'd rather discuss issues like jobs, trade, and immigration. Joining me now, Monica Crowley. She served as a foreign policy assistant to President Nixon, and Julie Roginski is a Democratic analyst. Both are Fox News contributors. Great to see you.
Great to see you.
So, I mean, what he's telegraphing, Monica, is we're going to get back to that more disciplined Trump that we saw in that sort of 6-week period during which his poll numbers rose and people started to really believe he might be able to do this thing.
Right. There are two possibilities here. Number one, he's rope-a-doping all of us, including Mrs. Clinton, is going to come out swinging, not about Bill Clinton's infidelities, but about Mrs. Clinton's role in smearing and destroying a lot of these women who either were involved with him or accused him of sexual assault or rape. Right. Or he really means this, and he is going to stay focused on his 4 core issues of law and order, economic populism and job creation, strong national defense, and defeating the corrupt rig system. That's what I would suggest that he do going into these final 2 debates, unless he's provoked. If he's
unless she raises the woman issue again.
Yes.
So if she raises the woman issue again, then you think he should do it?
Absolutely.
Julie, is it too late, right? Because we've seen Donald Trump's poll numbers slide, I mean, precipitously over the past couple of weeks since that first debate. Is it too late if he goes in and has a stellar debate?
No, it's not too late. Everybody loves a comeback story on the one hand. And on the other hand, it's not like he's been idle since the first debate. He's been having these crazy tweet storms at 3 o'clock in the morning with Alicia Machado talking about her being overweight. He's been imitating Hillary Clinton falling down after her pneumonia scare. And I can go on. And so the problem for him is he able and is he capable of doing what Monica Crowley just so aptly pointed out, which is how he should behave? I don't think he's constitutionally capable. I think that if she tweaks him, and you know she'll tweak him, whatever plans he has will go completely by the wayside, because in the 70 years he's been alive, there's been no indication that he has any self-discipline to do anything otherwise.
The thing about Trump is he did so well over that 6-week, whatever it was, period, in part because he had teleprompters and he stuck to them. And Trump, part of the charm of Trump is when he's off script and he's just sort of saying what he feels and he's entertaining, but that's also the danger to him as a presidential candidate. And in this town hall, there will be no teleprompter. There will not be a, tonight he's doing a town hall with a conservative moderator, Hugh Hewitt. That's not going to be the case on Sunday night.
That is true, but I will say that the one thing that truly scares Donald Trump is the prospect of losing. So we saw him get his act together, remain disciplined and focused, and staying true to his core issues right after the Democratic National Convention, where you're right, Megan, his poll numbers really did start to slide. That's really what scared him straight. And I think after this first debate, with the slippage in his poll numbers, that has also now scared him into realizing that if he doesn't go back to that more disciplined approach to addressing the issues that really concern Americans. I mean, this country has some serious problems. He needs to make this less about himself and more about the American people and the future of the country. If he does that, he'll win.
You're assuming he actually thinks he's losing. I see him tweeting polls out about how he's up in Tennessee and Georgia, places where he should never even be in contention. I don't think he thinks he's losing. I think he thinks the system is rigged, the polls are rigged. They were rigged all along throughout the primary in his mind. He won the primary. He can continue being Trump and win the general.
Realistically, though, realistically, do you believe that it would be enough for him if he came in as disciplined Trump? Right? Disciplined Trump. Would that be enough at this point, or does he need something big and bold, a game changer?
He needs to maintain. So he can come in and be disciplined Trump and then stay disciplined Trump through November 8th. And I think that's virtually impossible for him to do. Even if he puts on a fabulous Monica Crowley-esque performance on debate night, it doesn't mean that the next day or the day after he's not going to start having, like mental fights with her. That's exactly what
So we saw an undisciplined Trump at the first debate. We also saw a very smug Hillary, which I've maintained all along. That may appeal to her Democratic base. It's not going to appeal to those people in the middle.
Right.
Does she need to be a little bit more humble and a little less shimmying with the shoulders?
Yes, and also if she has lulled herself into a false sense of complacency going into these next 2 debates, she's going to put herself in a really unfortunate position. Remember that Donald Trump really comes to life when he's in a room full of people, whether it's a business transaction, a rally, or a town hall.
Feeds off the energy.
Feeds off the energy, and he really turns into spectacular.
Although I have to say, there's not a lot of energy when you sit in these presidentials. It's like they've been told to keep your mouth shut. They're like, oh my God. All right, I got to leave it at that. Great to see you.
See you later.